Hi, and welcome back to ManagerMade, where we help people managers grow the skills that really matter. Today, I want to share something that's simple but powerful. The 5 things the best managers do differently. Now, you might be thinking, I already know what makes a good manager. But I'll tell you this, as a HR director for the last 8 years, I've worked with hundreds of managers, from new team leaders to experienced directors, and only a handful truly stand out. And here's the thing, it's not luck, it's not personality, it's not being the loudest or the most confident person in the room. The best managers do specific things consistently, and once you know what they are, you can do them too. So make sure you stay with me right to the end, because tip 5 is the one that separates the manager's people like from the manager's people remember. And trust me, it's the one you'll want to start doing immediately. Before we dive in, if you find this kind of content helpful, hit subscribe to the ManagerMade YouTube channel and visit ManagerMade.com. It's where great managers aren't born, they're made. Alright, let's get into it. Tip 1. The best managers listen deeply. This might sound obvious, but it's the most underused skill in leadership. Bad managers listen to reply. Good managers listen to understand. But the best managers? They listen to empower. Here's what I mean. They don't just sit quietly while someone speaks. They tune in. They pay attention to the words, the tone, the energy behind what's being said. They ask open questions, not to interrogate, but to explore. When someone on their team shares a concern, they don't jump to fix it. They ask, "What do you think we could do?" Or, "What would help you most right now?" That kind of listening transforms a team, because when people feel heard, they stop holding back ideas, they speak up earlier, they solve problems faster. I once worked with a manager who would start every one-to-ones by saying, "Before we talk about tasks, tell me, how are you really?" It changed everything. His team had the highest engagement scores in the company, not because of fancy strategy, but because they felt safe. If you only take one thing from this, make listening your leadership superpower. And if you want to develop that skill, we've got a full learning pathway on ManagerMade.com that teaches you exactly how to do it in real conversations. Tip 2. The best managers set expectations like a coach, not a boss. Here's a secret. Most performance issues start with unclear expectations. When I ask teams why they're frustrated, I often hear, "I didn't know what success actually looked like." And that's on the manager. The best managers make clarity a priority. They explain not just what needs to be done, but why it matters and how it connects to the bigger picture. They don't micromanage, they set clear outcomes and let people decide how to get there. For example, instead of saying, "Do this report by Friday," they say, "We need this report by Friday because it's going to shape next week's decisions. How can I help you make sure it lands well?" See the difference? One is instruction, the other is leadership. People perform best when they know what's expected, why it matters, and that their manager trusts them to deliver. If you want to improve performance without pressure, start with clarity. Tip 3. The best managers give feedback early, often and kindly. Now, this one separates average managers from confident leaders. Bad managers avoid feedback. They wait for annual reviews or for issues to pile up. Then it all comes out at once, and by then, it's too late. The best managers make feedback part of daily conversation. They treat it like oxygen, natural, essential, and life-giving. When something goes well, they don't just say, "Good job." They say why it was good. Your tone in that meeting kept the room calm. That's great leadership. And when something needs improvement, they do it with care and precision. "I noticed the report was late. What's getting in the way? Let's fix the process together." Feedback is a gift when it's regular, specific, and kind. If you want to start small, try this rule. Give one piece of positive feedback and one piece of constructive feedback every week. It keeps trust alive and growth constant. Tip 4. The best managers develop others, even if it means they outgrow you. This one takes courage. Weak managers hoard talent. They hold people back because they're afraid of losing them. But the best managers know their legacy isn't how long people stay, it's how well they grow. They actively look for development moments, stretch projects, learning opportunities, exposure to new ideas. They talk about career goals regularly, not just once a year. And when someone is ready for a promotion or a move, they support it. They celebrate it. Because leadership isn't about keeping people, it's about launching them. I've seen managers cry when their best team member got promoted, and that's okay. Because great leaders know that helping someone rise is the ultimate sign of success. If you want to be the kind of manager people never forget, invest in their growth. You'll be amazed how loyalty and performance rise when people know you genuinely care about their future. Tip 5. The best managers lead with self-awareness. Stay with me. This is the big one. If you've watched this far, this is the tip that changes everything. You can have all the training, all the strategy, all the experience in the world. But if you lack self-awareness, none of it will matter. Self-aware managers understand how they show up. They know their triggers, their habits, their strengths, and how those things impact the people around them. They ask for feedback, not just give it. They reflect after meetings. How did I come across? Did I listen enough? Did I react fairly? And when they make mistakes, they own them. I once worked with a senior leader who opened a team meeting with this. Yesterday, I was impatient. I cut people off. That's not who I want to be, so thank you for bearing with me. The room shifted. People respected him more, not less. Because authenticity builds trust faster than perfection ever will. If you want to be an exceptional manager, start by leading yourself first. And if you want to learn how to build that kind of self-awareness, check out ManagerMade.com. There's a full module on reflective leadership that walks you through how to do it. So here's my final message to you. Let's recap the 5 things the best managers do. They listen deeply. They set clear expectations like a coach. They give feedback early, often and kindly. They develop others, even when it means letting go. And they lead with self-awareness. If you can master those 5 habits, you won't just be a better manager. You'll be the kind of leader people remember, trust, and promote. If this video resonated with you, please hit like, subscribe to ManagerMade, and visit ManagerMade.com for more leadership insights, learning paths, and inspiration. Because great managers aren't just born, they're made.